session. Yeah. So now, like I said in our previous class, I want you to understand. I don't want you to cram. So for that matter, yes, we have the notes, but I'm going to put much focus on explaining, not reading the notes, so that, you know, everyone is able to understand. Where you don't get it well, as usual, of course, you know, yeah, please come up anytime, and then we are able to do up to iron that out. Yeah, very fast. I was telling you that when we talk of last time, at least we discussed something about internet, right? Yeah, now when we talk about web or websites, every time you hear someone talking about a website, just to know that they are talking about an online page which is made up of other pages. The way how you can see a book, there is a difference between a book and a paper. You get it? Now, a paper is just, in most cases, uh, a piece that has, you know, two pages, that is front and back, right? Now, when we talk about a book, it means these pages have been put together. Now, when we talk about a website, we define a website basically as interlinked web pages. You get the different web pages interlinked together. They end up forming what we call a what? A website. I can probably share. I can share something small. For example, now we see this is let's share something small here. Our own website. Yeah, let's share this. You let me know once you're able to see my screen. In case you see my screen, you let me know. Now, can you see my screen, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, good. Now, you see this is www.umu.ac.ug. It is a website for Uganda Malazi University, whereby now this website has different web pages. All of these links you see, all of these ones, about us, standard home, academics, research, these are different what? Internet web pages, but put together to form what we call the university website. You get. So basically, that is what that is website. You get. Yeah. So can you see the slides? Because I want to. Can you see the slides, or you're still seeing the website?
Yes, sir. We can see the slides.
Good. Good. Now, websites are created or designed using what we call a language. When we talk about language in a computer, we don't mean English, we don't mean French, but instead we mean those programming languages that were set to develop the different what features that we can access online. For example, we have what we call the hypertext markup language, which is HTML, which is basically used to come up with the web pages, right? So one document links to another through pointers called hyperlinks. Now, hyperlinks are those ones that you have been seeing. These are links you get. Yeah. When you link this page, because these are all different what? Different pages. But now the ability of one page to link to other page is what we call the hyperlink. You get. So yeah. So the hyperlinks are embedded. Okay. Now we are going to, when we talk about I've already talked about this. A web page as a text document formatted in markup language, for example, HTML, and supports links to other documents. The way I've seen, yes, you can access text, you can access images, you can access videos, yeah, through hyperlinks. So meaning you can move from one to another at any moment. Yes. Yeah, I've already explained what a website is as a set of interlinked web pages. Yeah, just allow me to check. Okay, someone is asking what is the enrollment key? The enrollment key must be net in uppercase, NET. I think so. Those that have already enrolled can confirm, but it could be that it is NET, net. Yes, I have quite a number of them now. I'm not so sure, but I'm hoping that could be the one. Now, last time we discussed about what? About internet, and I don't want to basically repeat the same. But what I want to actually tell you about internet here in this case is that internet, the way we said last week that itself is a what? Is a network, you get. But then we never went on to know what a network is. The way how someone can say, you know what, so and so is maybe a neurotic, you get. Yeah, but then you don't get to know maybe who are the neurotics, you get. Maybe when someone says, so and so is maybe a journalist, but you need to know who are journalists, you get. So now in our case, when we talk of network, in a computer, because we say the internet is a what? Is a network. Now when we talk about networks, we basically talk about connection of two or more computer devices connected together to allow resource sharing. Members, I want you to just help me and understand, don't cram, because in our interactions, I will be sharing a lot that is not even in the slides. So that is why I request that you pay much attention. Where need be, please participate, ask, and get it on board, because we need to move, but also we need to understand. Now, when we talk about networking, or when we talk about computer networks, when we talk about networks, we basically mean the connection of two or more computer devices connected together to allow resource sharing, you get. So we have very many uh, ways how to make our computer devices a full network. For example, if you share a certain file or notes, it can be a song from your phone to another person's phone through either Bluetooth or any other means. That means these two devices, your phone and the colleague's phone, are now connected to allow that resource sharing, meaning that they are on a network. Let me hope I'm making some sense on this point, because I want you people to understand this. Yes, whereby now, every time, like maybe you go to someone's office, you find that maybe they have a printer connected to the computer. That means that is a what? A network, because a printer is a separate what? Computer device. The computer is also another one, whereby now, how does now a printer get to know that certain file has to be outputted, from soft copy to hard copy? It is through the connection, through that networking you get. So I want to let you know that we have two major types of computer networks. I want you to quote me clearly. I'm not saying we have two types of networks, but I'm saying we have two major types of networks. That is where we have what we call the local area network and then the wide area network. You get, yeah. When we talk about local area network, as you hear the word local area network basically means the collection of computer devices in a small geographical area. For example, computers or computer devices in one building. That is why, yes, every office you go to, they may have their own what? Their own network. For example, those people who are at campus, yes, you may realize that maybe when you go to White House, you find there is a certain wiper, which is that side at science. Then when you go to maybe journalism, there is another one. When you go at the father's side, there is another one. When you go to DH, there is another one. There are quite many, whereby now each faculty has its own what? Its own LAN, local area network. You get. So in most cases, since you are IT experts, I want to let you know that the coverage of a local area network is normally it does not normally exceed 100 meters. Yeah, you get. So that is the local area what network, a LAN, LAN. Then when we talk about a wide area network, I want you to understand this very clearly. You see, all computer network types perform similar role. The only difference between them is what we call the distance covered. The only major difference between the different computer network types is what we call the distance. Yeah, because now when we talk about a wide area network, basically we are looking at the type of computer network which is covers a large geographical area. For example, you know, from one state to another, from one city to another, from one country to another. For example, now jazzing with someone who is in the States, jazzing with someone who is in the Netherlands, you get via, you know, various platforms. Yeah, meaning that they are basing on their own land, you are also basing on your own land, but then these lands connect at a certain point, you know. So basically that is a wide area what? Wide area network. But like I said, these are not the only one types of computer networks. We have others, there are very many. For example, we have what we call the MAN, Metropolitan Area Network, which is, you see, as you hear the word metropolitan, okay, even if you don't know the meaning, but at least you've had people talking of maybe Kampala Metropolitan, meaning that Kampala and the neighboring cities, you get, or you have had people talking about maybe spokesperson of the police, maybe Kampala Metropolitan, meaning Kampala and the neighboring what? Cities. Now, when we talk about the metropolitan area network, we basically mean that network that covers a city area. You get, yeah. For example, we can have, you know, like a central bank, right? Having various branches, but then there is a network that combines all of those branches within one city. So that is based on what we call a metropolitan area area network. Yeah. So and yes, we have other types of networks which before even we go to this, okay. Like I said, I will be giving you more and more that are not even in the slides. But I believe, yes, when we are here in the discussion, people are making their own notes, people are also, you know, trying to understand each and everything. That is why attending class is very important. Now we have other types like what we call the PAN. PAN is personal area network, personal area network. Actually, this is the smallest. For example, connecting your computer to your phone, like connecting personal devices you get to allow resources sharing. That is personal area network PAN. Then we'll have what we have already talked about to money. which is metropolitan area network. Then there is also what we call CAN, campus area network, the connection of computer devices within colleges or within campuses. You get now, like the ones I'm talking about. Yeah, meaning that campus area network is a combination of various lands, like faculty of science, faculty of maybe social work and social administration. Then there is faculty of education. Each one has its own land, but then what makes or what combines all of them is what we call the CAN. Then there is also what we call the GAN, which is global area network. There are quite many, but then I want, like in the way how I stressed in the beginning, that I want you to put your emphasis on majorly two, that is local area network, and then the wide area network. The best example of a wide area network is what we call the internet. Wide area network, like I've told you, computer devices connecting in a large geographical area, for example, from one country to another, from one state to another, So those are basically what? Those are basically wide area networks. And then I've told you that the best example we can give in this case is what we call the internet. Yes, the internet, which is the global network of what? Networks, massive network of networks. Like we have studied this in our previous lecture. So now, before we go to this, I wanted to let you know that when we talk of wide area network, or making internet to be an example of the wide area network, meaning that it can be accessed worldwide on the web. You get, yes, worldwide, meaning that if you are here, you can communicate with someone who is in China, you can communicate with someone who is in India, from US, from all over the world, you get. So it is not true, because it is yes or no. You can communicate with someone who is in North Korea, who is in Russia, but still you cannot communicate to someone who is in North Korea or Russia via internet. Like I said, true or, yes or no, yeah, whereby internet can be accessed from there, but it is just restricted, yeah, politically restricted, whereby now, like the moment actually you have anyone who is in North Korea, I had some colleagues who were here in Uganda, but the moment they left and went back to North Korea, we lost contact, and up to now, like there is no way you can communicate, like someone who is in North Korea to communicate to the outside world, you get, so via internet. So you realize that it is not that maybe internet cannot reach there, but it is because it is what? Restricted. Those who were around during the election period, yeah, internet was done what? Was cut off. So these are just the restrictions that are put, but internet can be accessed throughout, you get. So as the computer scientists, as people of IT, I want you to be in the know over that. Yes. Now, this slide is basically for you to, actually I was not supposed even to include this here, because this is something that you need to think about. Why do you think now we need connecting devices from one point to another? Why do we need computer networks? You get, yeah, one of the major points is the one in the definition of resource sharing. You get, yeah, because at the end of the day, yes, you need to share resources, you need to share some files, you need to share some hardware, you need to share a lot, you get. So basically now I believe some of you have reached some offices these days. We have a trend of having open offices. Open offices means you go to an organization, you find that they have a big open space, open office with no partitions, like with no handy partitions, whereby if you have visited URA, if you have visited NSSF, if you have visited some banks, you realize that at least, yes, if you sit somewhere, you are able to see almost each and every one in the office. Yeah, meaning that, it becomes easy for these people to share some resources Some resources like the printers you get. Yeah, all computers at work can be connected to one printer instead of asking or acquiring printers for each and every one at office. You get. So basically that is it. Then another thing as to why networks are very, very important resource. Okay, now, okay, before we go to another point is that as you are doing resource sharing, you have to consider what we call security. Security is very, very important because, you know, intruders can also use this opportunity and then end up misusing that kind of what? Kind of loophole. And then you end up causing issues to the data. So now, um, um, I don't want you again to confuse what we call networks and internet. You get? Yes, internet is part of networks. Network is something low, whereby even if there is no internet, we can still have what? We can still have networks. You get? So internet is just an example for wide area what? Wide area network, but it does not mean that the internet is the what? Is the only network that exists. Yeah, I want you to be very, very clear on that. Yeah. Then the internet, for internet to work, there is what we call the client server architecture. Client server architecture means that we have what we call the client and the server. As you hear the word client server architecture. For this one, I encourage, and I'm going to put, I'm going to put, uh, I'm going to put a simple, I think I'm going to put a very simple one, a very simple assignment, just for you to add more points on this. Yeah, please members, you will basically have to do what? Have to, yeah, submit this as usual, but this time around the submission will be via Moodle so that we can properly have a good track record of our marks and everything. I think, yeah. Now, I wanted to check. Okay, I was telling you that that was slide number what? That was slide 7. Slide 7. Okay. You see, like I said in the beginning, I want you to have a difference from other people. Whereby now here the question is, I want you to think like people who are already in the field. You get? Yeah. Otherwise, I would just type maybe, you know, give advantages of computer networks. But I want you to always think, you know, like people who are already in the what? In the working field, whereby, yeah. So you need to give reasons, you know, as to why each and every organization it is important for them to have what? Computer networks, you get. So basically, that is what I need from you. So I was telling you that and I was sorry, maybe we need to first terminate because the last time I told you the links are not yet shared, but then we cannot keep waiting until they are shared. for us to have classes. We shall move, then they will find us on the way. So for that matter, I want you to permit me to terminate this session, since it can only last for 40 minutes, since it is a free version. Then we can reconnect again for our last one, our last session. So just allow me to know from you, what time is this class supposed to end? Just let me know. What time is it supposed to end?
At 10.
Sorry? At 10. Sorry. So
Yeah.
now that means you cannot connect again. You cannot connect again, but this having meeting once in a week, when some people even come late, the time may not be enough for us. What can we do? What do we do? Can we get some other session where we can meet? Can you get some free time?
When? Still today?
No, it is upon you people. Once you're free, you let me know so I can plan accordingly. Meanwhile, I the slides on your what? On your model. Please endeavor to enroll and also do what? And make sure that you, in case you don't understand something, please always feel free to do what? To ask at any time, either via WhatsApp, either via Moodle. I mean, at any point, don't wait, because you may not have enough what? Enough time. Otherwise, we have a lot to do to work on. Now we have met briefly, but anyway, your class rep will let me know. Meanwhile, the session is ending in 1.5 minutes from now. So someone says, let the lecture start at 8. That one I will confirm, because before your class, I had another class which we started at 6. And Isaac, you have something to say? Okay, let us see. How about if we meet in the evening? How is in the evening at 7? How is 7? Anyway,
No problem with it.
let us continue the
Maybe
discussion.
it can work.
Yeah, let us continue the discussion on WhatsApp. Otherwise, thanks for coming today. So we shall be meeting again. Let me put the slides and then the assignment on Moodle, and please endeavor to do what? Do the needful. Where you don't get it well, please always feel free to contact me at any point.
Make it in the evening.
Yeah.